I'm Edie Lush, and I'm here in the Davos Pavilion of Hub Culture with Lucian Tarnowski. Thanks so much for coming in for our annual interview. The CEO and founder of Brave New Talent.
Yeah.
Tell me, what's new?
Well, thank you for having me back, Edie. What's new? It's been a big and important year for Brave New Talent. We transitioned to Silicon Valley. We're now based in San Francisco. And we've learned a lot of how not to do things. And now, pleased to say, started to bring on some really big clients and big communities. So,
like who?
So Lockheed Martin is a good example. And basically what we do is create online learning communities for companies. So these tend to be around specific audiences, such as veterans or STEM, women initiatives, sustainability initiatives or diversity initiatives. And in the case of Lockheed Martin, we're creating its very large veteran community. They're inviting over 1 million veterans into this online community called Military Connect.
And what are the things that they're learning?
Well, the whole purpose of the community is to help veterans transition from the military into commercial jobs, which is a major problem in the US right now. And so when they come into the Military Connect community, they can access mentoring opportunities, access experts, access networking opportunities with other veterans that have had similar experiences and transitioned into commercial jobs, largely from Lockheed Martin, but also from a lot of their partners. And they're able to essentially have an informal learning environment where they can network, develop their own skills, understand how their skills can be transferable, because the veterans from the military have tons of great, really relevant experience, but the language used in the military to describe those skills is often not the language used in commercial jobs. And so it's really important that those skills aren't wasted, and that we're able to utilize veterans effectively in skilled work. So STEM is a big area.
STEM being
Science, technology, engineering, and maths.
Okay.
Although there's a big movement now in the US to begin to say STEAM.
Yeah, exactly.
So with the arts as well, which is really important.
Tell me about online education and how you think technology and education, how this might evolve over the next few years.
So there's been a huge amount of innovation in this in the last 2 years, with MOOCs, massive online open courses. You've got things like Coursera, Khan Academy, Udacity, edX come out of MIT and Harvard. And what's happened is a lot of the innovation have actually come from the academic world. So universities putting courses online. There's not actually a major disruption in education. It's just filming lectures and putting them online. Now what we're beginning to see is companies interested in their role. And if you think of the education system like you've got supply and demand. So you've got supply being people, demand being jobs. The education system is meant to prepare supply to meet demand. It's not doing a very good job. And I often call it the world's largest middleman that's not doing its job very well. And so I think there's a great opportunity for companies now to participate, and companies using their own subject matter experts, their own employees, as essentially part-time teachers.
And do you think that should be free? Do you think that the world should be able to see that, or do you think we should have to
So
pay?
there's different business models here. Often companies do it free because it's great for their talent brand, it's great for their recruiting, it's great for their own employee internal engagement, which is a big topic right now here in Davos. But talent engagement is absolutely critical, and for employer brands to be seen as a talent brand, as a desirable employer, education's a fantastic way of having that result. And so we're seeing more and more companies want to engage audiences, and learning content's a great way to do it. So there's a big opportunity for companies. And often they've got initiatives that they're trying to engage these specific audiences who could be women audiences, or could be STEM, as I mentioned. Sustainability is another big area that companies are trying to engage external and internal audiences around. And so what we find is that these learning communities are a great way to bring these people together and have them be participants, not just consumers of the content. Because quite often companies stopped at broadcasting press releases, white papers, this is what this company thinks on X. And what we find really powerful is when they can actually start a conversation about that and start using a community to really engage these people.
Fantastic. Lucian, thanks so much for stopping
Pleasure.
by the Hub Culture Pavilion here in Davos, and I'm Edie Lush.